Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to Newcastle City Centre. I love a little spot on this one. As I'm in and about town today, you can see the tallest building in Newcastle behind me there. But I'm here nice and early, and I'm here with the breaking news. That is, Lewis Hall has been officially announced as Newcastle United's 5th signing of this summer transfer window. The club have just put it out there on Twitter, or X shall we call it now, and Sky Sports have released the statements and everything as well. It is an obligation to buy at the end of this season-long loan. We knew that already, but the club officially announced it now. Lewis Hall is signed for the Toon on a season-long loan with an obligation to buy next summer. So no matter how he does, how many appearances he makes, £28 million upfront has to be slapped on the table next summer. So we've done well there, really well, really creative, like Eddie Howe said he wanted to be, you know, in and around this transfer market to get around financial fair play. That is one way of doing it, and we've done it very well. And we've brought in Lewis Hall, who, yes, he's only got 12 appearances for Chelsea, but he did play in some big games for them. I remember watching him against Man City in particular, and he was absolutely fantastic against them. You know, his pace, his energy, his carrying with the ball, and his delivery was honestly second to none. And everyone after that game was like, wow, who's this kid? Who's this Lewis Hall, number 67? He will be number 20 at Newcastle United. And the club have released a video, very nice touch. Go and have a look at that on their page, on X, not Twitter now. I'll put a little one on here for you. Newcastle United, it's in your blood. Very happy to announce that, you know, we've signed a loyal supporter. There's pictures of him there in a Newcastle top since he was 3 years old, I think Lewis Hall said on the video. Obviously his dad's a Geordie. They were all here with him at St James's Park, and they were there with him at the Etihad as well the other night, Saturday night, when you saw the clip that I put out when I spotted him leaving the Etihad. But so that's great, you know. It's got extra advantage, that's, you know, having a local lad, if you like, or someone who knows what it means and does support the club. He'll hopefully play with a bit more passion, just like you see the likes of Dan Burn do, Sean Longstaff do. So to bring in Lewis Hall there, who can hopefully come right in. I mean, I mentioned Dan Burn, and I think, will it be interesting if Lewis Hall plays this Sunday? What would you do? Let me know. I would be slightly tempted. I mean, who's going to come up against that left back? You know, will it be a Salah, or a Jota, or a Diaz? They all rotate, don't they? A Gakpo, you know, whoever it is out of all those players, it's going to cause Dan Burn an absolute nightmare with his trickery and pace. And let's be honest, you know, Dan Burn had a fantastic season last year, unbelievable. But at City, I thought he was obviously targeted, and I think Klopp, Turkey Teeth, will be looking at that as well, because he is the weakest point for me. He really is. Even as well as he's done, he is. Because to be fair, he's not a natural left back, you know, so you can't blame the bloke, and he has been fantastic. But can Lewis Hall get nearly a week's training under his belt? Obviously Sunday at home at Liverpool, 4:30 kick-off. Can Lewis Hall get moulded into the squad, and will he play? I'm not sure if Eddie Howe would chuck him in like that straight away, to be honest. I mean, Hall did play a bit for Chelsea actually in the summer series over in America, which obviously they won, that Newcastle competed in. But would he chuck him straight in against Liverpool? It's a risky one. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. But Lewis Hall will be very eager to make his debut at St James's Park after being a lifelong Newcastle fan. Yes, he joined Chelsea and he was at the Cobham Academy since the age of 7. He won Chelsea's Academy Player of the Year in 2022-23. We've now got 2 Chelsea Academy Player of the Years out of our club. We've got right back Tino Livramento, left back Lewis Hall, and obviously those are the 2 fullbacks that could potentially be England's future fullbacks. That's the aim. The bags of potential are there. It's up to Eddie Howe, Tyndall, Graham Jones and everyone else, and the players themselves, of course, to get that potential out of them. Can he do it at Newcastle? I bloody hope so. I mean, on one hand, it's a fantastic signing. It's unbelievable. We're signed a top young talent. He's 18, turns 19 next month. Loads and loads of people have been talking about this kid now for a year or two. Highly rated. On yesterday's video, I spoke to Matisse, you know, Chelsea content creator there, and he was saying how gutted he was to lose him, how everyone rates him so highly, and they wish that I kept him and stuff. And Chelsea wished that I kept him. You know, they did offer him a new deal. They did offer Lewis Hall a 6-year contract that he turned down because he wanted first team football. So you've got to respect that. And that tells you that he obviously is going to come in and play, because he wouldn't have turned down and moved to Chelsea to come to Newcastle and sit on our bench instead of sitting on Chelsea's bench. Well, maybe he would have, since he's a Newcastle fan, and you think, oh, he's got more chances there, and we're playing in the Champions League, you know, so that's a big advantage. But Lewis Hall there comes in. You can see on the screen what he said about the move, how happy he is. You know, he said he thinks he's impressed in big games, even though he's only played over a dozen of them. He thinks he can come in and really cement his place, do a job. He's excited for Champions League nights. You can see on your screen there, you know, he really goes into it and what he's made of his move to the Toon, and he must be buzzing. He looked buzzing when I seen him on Saturday night, to be fair. And he was sound, he was spot on. He just couldn't give us a video or a photo because it wasn't officially announced yet. But he seems like a lovely kid, and I think he'll do well. I really think, and I obviously really hope that he's Newcastle United's left back for the next 10, 15 years. You know, at that age, 18, 19, why not? You know what I mean? He's got a big future ahead of him, hopefully. And let's hope Tino, who made his debut against Man City, albeit on the right wing, that was a bit mad. But obviously Murphy was at the hospital with his missus, who gave birth to their second child, Roman. So congratulations, Murph, on that one. And hopefully we'll see him back for Liverpool and the old baby celebration when he pings one at the top corner. But more to come on the Liverpool game during the week, which I'm absolutely buzzing for. But Lewis Hall, he's here. You've seen what he said. This is what Eddie Howard said. And he said, you know, a lot of hard work has went into bringing Lewis Hall into the club. And they're delighted to sign him. And it shows again, you know, if this pays off, what a sign it'll be. Obviously, you could say that about all of them. But in terms of how well Newcastle recruited so far, last summer, last January, this one, Chris Wood was the only miss, wasn't he, out of all the signings we've made. And you look now at the market, Bruno for 30, 40 million. Botman for 30 odd million. Absolute steals. Even Konate this summer is 55 when you've got Caicedo going for 115 and giving away penalties. You know, it's mad. So hopefully Lewis Hall can come in and hit the ground running. And like I say, we've signed a Newcastle fan. His dad's a Geordie. He's here on a loan, but we will be making that an obligation to buy next summer. Right, and that'll do for me, people. I'm actually going to head up to St James Park now. That's for something else, though. You'll see that soon. And yeah, let us know what you think of the signing of Lewis Hall to Newcastle United. Cheers for watching, everyone. Drop this one a like, subscribe to my channel TV, and enjoy yourself.